Hi, I'm Tony, and this is Tony Yoga, the show where I embarrass myself attempting difficult yoga postures for your pleasure. Let's see, what do we have? So I warmed up a little bit, jumped on the trampoline a little, and I kind of did one of these just to loosen up the shoulders because I don't want to get hurt. And I actually am a serious yoga student, but this is something that I'd like to be able to, I think will help me get into the flow better in class, so that when the teacher presents some kind of, crazy position that I don't really have to think about it, I can just roll into it. So without further ado, let's try something like a bind. How about a bind? Bird of Paradise. I know the first time I tried this, I could not get the bind, and I kept trying. And in all honesty, I've been practicing for about 4 months, on and off. YouTube is an incredible resource for yoga videos, by the way. You do have to go to class, though, in my opinion, for the social aspect and then the one-on-one aspect, but you don't have to go all the time because you have the convenience of your own home now with YouTube. But anyways, let's try this. So you can hear my shoulder popping. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, and I already know these don't look good. This isn't beautiful, but this is what I'm working on. Let me see if I can back up a little bit, and you can see what little bind I have there. And stand up straight. And breathe through it and kind of hold that there. And that's about the best I got on the left side. Try the right side, which I'm more sensitive with because I've always had this right shoulder that just pops and pops and pops from doing too many pull-ups. Have I mentioned I love yoga, though? Let's see. We'll try that. And I'm gonna hop back again. I don't know why I came back to the front in order for me to hop back again. But here we are. See how this bind looks. Not exactly like the most grippy of binds, but they are locked. And I'm falling out of the posture, okay. Let's try a crow pose. First time I tried a crow pose, I kind of did it like this. And I thought, wow, this is so easy. I just put my hands down and I rolled forward like this. Look, I'm a crow. I don't know if you can see that, but that was pretty easy. I look closer at the posture and it looks more like this, where your knees are up on your triceps. And so it's a lot higher. And it's challenging. It's challenging to hold steady. Side crow is like impossible for me. One of the fun things about making these videos is that I can go back and check my progress, and then also you can follow along and see me get better, hopefully, with time. But something like this, I don't know if my feet are even in frame, but something like that. And then on the other side, a nice side crow. You kind of slide this right leg up onto your tricep, and it looks something like this. Again, not beautiful, and I know I'm not flowing like I should or breathing like I should because I'm excited, but let's try something else. How about a headstand? Let's do a headstand. Now, I tried this in class and I was criticized for my form, and I was told that my hands were too far apart, and you might be able to see it in camera. I'll show you how I was doing it wrong. Something like this, and maybe it's not exactly straight because a lot of the weight is in my forearms. I mean, my triceps. So what I discovered is you have to have your hands really close to your head, kind of plant your head right in between your hands, and you're putting the weight on your neck, which doesn't sound safe at all, but I guess that's yoga for you. Some things are difficult, some are easy, but it looks more beautiful, right? It's a lot more straight. And let's just say maybe you're not putting all the weight on your neck, but it's more of a balance between your hands and your neck. It's not all on your forearms and it's not all on your head. You just gotta find that perfect little spot. And let's see if I can do a forearm balance here. For some reason, this one wasn't that hard for me. I don't know if I mentioned, but I've been practicing yoga for about 4 months, off and on. Again, YouTube's an incredible source. But the forearm balance is something like this. And there might be a name for it depending on how you have your legs. Let's see. Something like this. Okay. I think you could bend your knees or make that look pretty. And maybe with time I will refine these moves. So what do I have left? Oh, I wanted to try a peacock, but I know I'm not doing this right. And anybody out there that's really good at yoga, I'm sure you're gonna find all kinds of problems with my form, but again, the point is to just do it. To just do it and get better through doing and practice. So this was, how do I do peacock again? Something like this. Kind of like a breakdancing move, I guess, right? You're kind of breakdancing. Not that I ever breakdanced. My brother did though, he was good at it. And looks like the last thing I want to try is a handstand. And again, with a handstand, I've always tried to do handstands, but they're always unstable. I can kind of like look like a toddler walking on my hands, you know, this kind of wobble. But let's give this a try. And of course, when you're in class or when you're trying to do yoga, you're more meditative and you're more calm and you're more centered. And you have your beautiful little yoga mat. So you try to keep all your practice confined. I'm kind of all over the place. But let's try this handstand, see where it takes us. And I'll try to be as stable as possible. And again, hopefully with time I can improve. I'm just imagining I'm in class and there's people around me and they're worried that I'm going to fall on them. So, good way to practice in the house is to just calm. Stabilize it. Something like that. So there you go. The very first episode of Tony Yoga. The show is called Becoming Tony Yoga. Eventually I'll be so good at it that it'll just flow. But thank you for joining me on my first video. And maybe next week we'll revisit some of these same postures and look for improvement. And I'll add some more. Anything difficult, anything challenging to keep pushing me to grow. And then I can put it all together in my practice and really flow. Thanks for joining me.